Hi, and welcome to Teen Kids News. I'm Lila. We've got a lot to cover in this week's show, so let's get started. Here's our top story. It's a growing trend among high school students, especially athletes. According to a study done by the government, 94% of student athletes say they use supplements. So, will supplements give athletes a competitive edge? Or is there a downside? Athena speaks with an expert to find out.
Supplements come in many forms, from sports drinks to protein powders. So, which supplements are good for us, and which should be avoided? Joining us is Dr. James LaValle. As a clinical pharmacist, he often advises professional and Olympic athletes on nutrition. And he's the author of Cracking the Metabolic Code, 9 Keys to Optimal Health. So that we're all on the same page, what are supplements, and do we really need them?
Dietary supplements are typically concentrations of various nutrients that you find in food. So, for example, isolating vitamin C or taking vitamin D. They're isolated forms, but they're all basically under the guidance of the FDA under the Food Compliance Division. So they're considered food.
While working on this story, we found that there's a fair amount of confusion. For example, Alfonso from Merrillville, Indiana, told us why he doesn't take supplements.
One, I just don't know which ones to take, and two, I just think it's better off to do things naturally,
We'll get your recommendations on which supplements to take in a minute. But let me ask you, is it better to do things naturally, as Alfonso put it?
Well, Alfonso is concerned about product quality and not knowing what to take. And I think that's really smart. You have to know what you're looking for, first of all. And the first piece is you can't get everything from food. I mean, Alfonso's probably not eating 9 to 10 servings of vegetables and fruit a day to get the necessary micronutrients. If he's working out a lot, more than likely he's depleting some of those nutrients that he may need in order to perform at his best. So I think getting things naturally is great if you can do it. I think it's a harder chore to do today because of the food quality.
Food quality is a good subject, but for another report. For now, let's discuss the different types of supplements. We'll start with the most popular, sports drinks. Almost 3/4 of all high school athletes say that they use them.
Yeah, I think sports drinks provide value, especially if they're dehydrating, if they're sweating a lot, if they're working for several hours at a time, which many athletes are doing now. They're going to a pre-practice, they're going to the regular practice. They probably need that electrolyte replacement, get the potassium back, sodium back, magnesium back that's needed. And also, if they're training for an extended period of time, these sports drinks a lot of times will provide some level of glucose, sometimes too much sugar. So once again, depends on the drink they picked, but I think sports drinks can provide value for people that are working out on a regular basis, especially for teens.
No doubt parents everywhere will be happy with the next most popular supplement. 65% say that they take vitamins.
I think we all became aware of the value of vitamins over the last few years. Vitamin D, very hard to get adequate vitamin D unless you're in a few areas of the country. And even then, if you're in a lot of sun, sometimes that works, not all the time. Obviously, vitamin C is something that has to be replaced in your body. Your body can't manufacture vitamin C. And I'll tell you, one of the most important ones that I talk about is for teen women, that they think about maybe taking an extra mineral like calcium and magnesium to help build their bone density. So there are some supplements that I think are important and they should consider. And even if it was a basic multivitamin that gave them a few extra nutrients because maybe their diet isn't the best it could be, I think it could be important for them.
Next on the list is protein powder. More than half of all teen athletes say that they use it.
I think, once again, what's your diet like? Are you eating enough protein? One of the things we know that if you want to grow muscle or maintain lean muscle, you need protein. But I think protein powders, even the ready-to-drink proteins, provide a lot of value for individuals because typically they're not getting enough protein in their diet, especially if they're a teen athlete.
How about caffeine in drinks like coffee and soda?
It turns out that a little bit of caffeine could actually help you in terms of muscle recovery, muscle soreness, and it doesn't dehydrate you. The problem I have is that what's happened today in our culture, now we're reaching for 2 or 3 energy drinks in a day, which provide anywhere from 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine at a time. And that can be too stimulatory, and I think that can have some adverse effects. So it's all about the amount.
What else should we avoid?
SARMs are very popular, selective androgen receptor modifiers. SARMs are liquids that they can buy in health food stores. A lot of teenage boys are using those. They should be avoiding those. Those can tend to alter their testosterone levels negatively. If you're looking at taking botanicals of any kind, you got to look at what quality of an herbal extract or mushroom extract that you're getting. There is so much on the internet of products that have a lot of marketing hype and sound fantastic, but the quality of that product could be suspect. And when I say quality, it could be adulterants. So there could be things that are in there that don't belong in there.
If there is one supplement athletes should take, what do you recommend and why?
If there's one supplement, I would probably say get magnesium in, because I know very few teen athletes that are getting enough magnesium through their diet. I mean, they got to eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit. Most athletes, teenage athletes, they're on the go. They're, getting fast food. They're grabbing things. So they're not necessarily getting a nice salad with broccoli and lots of greens and all those kind of things. And that's where you're going to get magnesium from. And why is magnesium important? It's the mineral that helps your muscles to be able to fire, but also to relax. So people, when they get low on magnesium, they get muscle cramps. So magnesium and potassium you can get from a banana, magnesium not so easy. And I think it's one of the biggest things people suffer from is they start cramping up, they get calf cramps, they get leg cramps, and that can lead to even an injury like a pull.
Got it. Let's go back to our interview with Alfonso. He brought up another important issue about supplements.
Plus, I don't know, if I were to take any, if it would have any, side effects or do any harm to my body. So I think it would just be best for me to just avoid it as a whole.
What would you say to Alfonso and other athletes who have these concerns?
Well, I think it's good that they're thinking those things, truthfully. I think it's smart to be concerned about taking, anything and thinking about side effects. I would say in general, dietary supplements are very safe. I've been in this business for 40 years, and I've worked with a lot of athletes and a lot of non-athletes. Side effects due to a dietary supplement, it's pretty rare.
That's certainly good to know. Thank you, Dr. LaValle.
My pleasure.
As Dr. LaValle pointed out, supplements are usually safe. But he also advises that before taking supplements, it's always a smart move to first speak with a healthcare professional. For Teen Kids News, I'm Athena.